Hello to all the viewers. With me, I have the pleasure of interviewing a very meritorious student, a top ranker, Dr. Gnanavel from Chennai, who has secured an amazing rank of 8 in the recently conducted INI-CET entrance exam. So first of all, hearty congratulations, rank 8 in a national level exam. How is it feeling?
Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Gnanavel. I've completed my UG from Madras Medical College and belong to 2016 batch, and I was very happy to share screen with Rahul sir. I'm feeling very happy now.
Right. So Gnanavel, just tell us one thing, were you expecting rank 8? Did you feel after the exam, yes, I did well?
No sir, the paper was tough. So we can't predict the paper, but I thought 100 to 110% were scoring, which were definitely have to get for the better ranks. Other 90% are like the game changers. So I thought it was a tough paper, but I thought I'll be around the top 100. I never expected top 8, sir.
Right.
Top 10.
Right. So, but you've got such an amazing rank, and you've put definitely so much of hard work into it. Now, Gnanavel, just tell us, how was the INI question paper this time? How was the weightage? As if you look at the first prof, second prof, the weightage is tilted towards which all subjects?
Okay, sir. I'll go with the first, second prof subjects, which are very, very, very high yielding, very, very high yielding. So path and micro, it yields around 45 to 50% when they integrated, or if they more or around, it will contribute to 45 to 50% when we count with patho and micro, which are more or histopathology based. So it will be covering around 25% of your paper, which are no more contradictory, sir. Which are like direct questions from the paper, direct questions from the sources, or direct questions for what people have read. So it was like no more contradictory questions from the path and micro. So it was very, very scoring subjects. And then coming to FM, so there was, I think, 10 questions from the FM, sir, which are no more contradictory. So one can get 10 out of 10 if the person has conquered the subject. And then coming to psychiatry, it has around 8 questions, sir, which are no more contradictory questions, which I think 1 or 2 may be difficult, and other 6 are pretty simple. And then derma and the derma, it counts around 6% to 7%. These subjects, what I have told, are very much like high content yielding within a short span of time. Like you can put off more of patho and micro time, investing time, but you can yield more. The subjects can yield more. So what I have enlisted the subjects or of like if you yield more, if you have to yield more, you have to like pretty much you have to invest the appropriate times, path, micro, and then FM, derma, and then psychiatry. Other subjects coming to pharma, this paper was like more of outlier paper where they asked more of they asked the keynote trials, and then one mutation, which are more of upcoming trials which nobody have studied, like nivolumab with plus chemotherapy, or other option like pembrolizumab. Like we have studied, like it will be like mechanism of this, mechanism of that, but we can't be like, we have not much knowledge about the trials. But they have asked that are like outliers.
Yeah, but I think, as a student, you would also agree that such questions are not going to make much difference in the actual ranks, correct? So it's about getting all the other questions right. And Gnanavel made a very important point that in INI, they stress on certain subjects. You've got to be good in your patho, you've got to be good in your pharma. So let me just start off with pharmacology. So what was your primary resource for the videos for pharmacology?
I have attended Nilesh sir's videos, sir. Okay. So I'll like pharma is like more of volatile subjects. New drugs are coming up. It's like remembering the classification itself is a pretty much huge job. So I have constantly revised the same source once or twice, other twice. So wherever I can go wrong. So I'll constantly like revise the source for twice or thrice.
Okay, right. So what did you feel special about Nilesh Raj sir's style of teaching? Like, pharmacology, we know is a very volatile subject. So why did you stick on to Nilesh Raj sir, and what did you find special about him?
I think the general form is more of conceptual basics. So he has covered in the QRP session, he has covered the general format in a pretty concise manner. The charts and then the graphs, he has conveyed it as very crisp and concise manner, which are more of time saving. Other systems are more of integrated with the medicine, sir. So it was like what was the next step? What was the next step of a drug can be given? This was the adverse effect. What was the other drug can be given? So it was more of integrated with medicine. So it can be integrated with medicine. But general pharma as concerned, it was also a more high yielding subject, which is concised and crisply concised in the QRP sessions by the sir.
Yeah. So basically, I've watched the main videos of Dr. Nilesh Raj sir, and also you've watched the QRP videos. Overall,
Yes,
how would you rate the QRP videos of DocTutorials? Because obviously, pharmacy is a vast subject. Similarly, are other subjects. So, how would you rate these QRP videos, which will help you in your revision?
It will concise the subject around if you have watched the videos like once or twice, you can pretty much watch in the next time like 2x. So it will cover the entire subjects within 2 to 3 hours, sir,
Okay.
which is more high yielding. Which is more high yielding, and it will stress the facts where we can go wrong, where the students can go wrong. Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, so that is it about pharmacology. Now coming to another very high yielding subject for INICT, pathology, because you've got to be very strong in pathology for INICT. And even before I ask you this question, I'm very sure that I know that what you're going to say, because INICT, you cannot have a better pathology faculty, right? So whose videos did you follow for the pathology part?
I think Vandana ma'am is the best, sir. She has her own book. She has her own style of teaching the pathology. It was like pretty much like what the UG students have to know. And I will regularly follow up on Telegram, where she will post the questions which will be vulnerable to be asked. So I was part in the WhatsApp group also. She has posted like jinx questions and all before the week. It was like pretty similar, like 2 questions from the aspergillus has popped up in the paper, and immunofluorescence pattern is also she has popped in the paper, sir. It was very like it was covered around like 27 to 30 questions in the patho. It was around 15 to 20% yielding subjects from the initiate point of view, sir. So I think ma'ams cover the best, I think.
Yeah, because see, I think, every INICT exam, I've spoken to multiple toppers. They actually speak very high of Vandana ma'am's lectures, because see, she's a very experienced faculty, and she knows over the years what all questions come. And that is why before every INICT exam, she does put certain questions, and every time, there are questions directly asked from them. And even this time also, ma'am was sharing some questions. And I also saw in the WhatsApp groups, students commenting that, exactly the same question that she predicted came, right? So, you used to follow madam's, the Instagram as well, where she used to put some images and all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll pretty much follow her in the Telegram group, where she'll be constantly giving quizzes at 11 p.m. or 9 p.m., which are like high yielding questions, or like some of the questions which are vulnerable, or which are like going to be asked in the future, near future. So it will be like including the outliers. She'll conduct around 8 or 10 questions per quiz. So it will cover around 8%, which are pretty much from the book, and the 2 from the outliers are upcoming. So it will cover all the questions which are needed.
Right, great. So I think, you must have got a good number of questions from pathology as well, right? And then coming to the, you were talking about integrated MCQs being asked, especially for medicine. Did you have a chance to go through the IMDVs, that is the integrated MCQ discussion videos in DocTutorials, where 2 faculties have discussed one MCQ, like from 2 different angles? So like I have done sessions with Khalil sir, Nilesh Raj sir, multiple faculties we have integrated and done multiple sessions. So have you gone through these sessions?
Yes, sir. I have gone through the sessions like pulmonary embolism taken by you and the Khalil sir, and then pancreatic cyst taken by Khalil sir, and then Vandana ma'am, which are integrated from the radio point of view and the mutations point of view from the Vandana ma'am, and then some congenital infections from the Sandeep sirs and Vidya ma'am's point of view, and its community by Radhasi madam. So it was more of integrated session, which will cover like more eye yielding points. And it was like one question on low perinatal transmission by rubella. I think it has covered somewhere in the videos from the integrated manners.
So I think, these integrated MCQ discussion videos are also, if I feel, very important for your preparation, especially, exams like INICT. If you ask me how many medicine questions were asked in INICT, it's difficult for me to say because there are good number of questions which are integrated with other subjects rather than pure medicine subject. So you would also have the same opinion, Gnanavel, about integrated
Yes,
questions?
sir. I rather think medicine is a collaboration of all.
Yeah, right.
So we can't separate this is the medicine, this is the
right. And coming to the the question practice, like for QBank, how did you find the DocTutorials as a resource? Like, how would you rate the QBank of DocTutorials?
QBank path or form which I have practiced more number of MCQs. It has like unique pattern, like unique pattern. It was not like the regular pattern. It was like unique pattern. I have also attended like more of GTs from the free GTs from the DocTutorials, which is more like simulating the exam. Which is combination of both the tough questions as well as the easy point of questions, which will be more like simulating the exam. So it was pretty much clear. It was more like a simulation.
Right. And grand test, what were your ranks in the grand test? Like before the INICT, the GTs that you gave in doc, what were your ranks?
Mostly the ranks, my ranks around the top 25, top 10 was my ranks.
Great. So fantastic. So rank 8, what are you going to choose for your post-graduation?
So I'll rather choose medicine or infectious diseases.
Right. Good. So, it's a good choice. If you want, even if you can actually have a talk with Dr. Nia sir, who is our infectious disease super specialty faculty, because in DocTutorials, we have got lectures for the super specialty entrance as well. So Dr. Nia sir is taking the infectious disease part. He in fact did his DM infectious disease from AIIMS Delhi. So you can also have a talk with him to, take a decision on that, whether you should go for medicine or the, the 6-year ID course as well. So, and happy to see, you securing such a good rank. And one final question for you. So you have spoken about the faculties whom, you watch lectures from. Let me ask you something. Who's your favorite faculty in DocTutorials?
I think Rajeev Dhawan sir and
Right.
Vandana
So
ma'am.
you tell us, why Dhawan sir and Vandana ma'am. Let's start with Dhawan sir. Why do you say Dhawan sir is your first pick?
Dhawan sir has interacted with many people around the globe. I think many students around the globe, and he was pretty much aware about the fact where the students may be going through the phase. Like 1 month before the exam, the students what was the mind, what was the thought process going around in the mind of the student who is undergoing PG or INS. It was very much clear about that thoughtful process the students might think while or after the exam. Yes,
okay, right. So, that is also very important because in DocTutorials, what we also believe is not just giving any recorded lectures as such alone, because obviously students will have their own anxiety, apprehensions, doubts. So I think Dhawan sir, in between, you must also have attended. He comes in the Insta live and also in YouTube live to interact with the students so that you also get to know, okay, this is how it goes. This is how I should prepare. It's okay to be a bit anxious so that your mental composure is also better. Okay. So that's great. I think you must have watched Dhawan sir's videos as well, and I'm sure that you would have enjoyed that as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was free, and the CRISP course was free in the YouTube also, sir. was
Okay.
covering around whole ENT within 1 to 1.5 hours, sir.
Yeah. So that is also very important. There are some very important crisp videos by different faculties which are available. And I think, you should watch that so that you can cover maximum topics in a limited time as well. Great. So all the best for, your future, and God bless you with many more success in your personal and professional life. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you for screening,
Yeah. Bye.
sharing the screen, sir.